This is a review of the Canon XA60 video camera. If you're wondering what the difference between the XA60 and the XA65 is, the XA65 has SDI outputs for external video recording, so there are some reviews that complain that this can't do external video monitoring. If you want to do that, you need the XA65, not the XA60. Moving on to this model, so it's quite small, quite compact, fits quite neatly in the hand. It's a very well designed, so start stop on the back, as you would normally find in any camcorder. The menu switch here and the menu rocker. The menu is accessible via the screen. The screen is pretty sharp and clear to read. The camera records MP4 or XFAVC, which is a Canon format. It can do up to 4K 25 frames a second or 50 frames a second in 1080p. There are a bunch of customizable buttons here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also another one on the bottom as well, along with the tripod thread, mounting thread. There is dual SD card inputs, so you can do parallel recording or you can do relay recording, so it just depends if you want that redundancy or not. And the battery is a hot swappable battery. The other option for monitoring video is via the pull-out optical viewfinder, which is quite nice. On the top you've got the volume rocker and a manual auto switch. I think in practice the manual auto switch is more like programmable manual rather than full manual in my experience. Options are somewhat limited, shall we say. There's a focus ring on the lens itself, and there's like a 20 times optical zoom capability that the camera has, which I think is going to be relevant for most people. There are some dynamic stabilization modes. In practice I didn't really find any of them any good. Stabilization isn't great. There is a top handle that comes with it, and I thought that with the top handle stabilization might be better, but not really, to be honest. The other accessory that comes with it is this lens hood. So you throw the lens hood on. There is a normal lens cap as well, by the way. Put the lens hood on, and then there is a button on the side where you just open and close the lens. The top handle I think is probably where the most value in this product comes, if audio is important to you, as it should be. So the XLR handle, so the top handle slides on top, and it comes with dual XLR inputs. You can also record from here, as well as use the zoom rocker here. You can calibrate the audio inputs on the side, and you also get access to another hot shoe if you want to add like a shotgun mic or something on top as well. Generally my experience with the camera is that in low light, so I'm coming from a kind of a full frame mirrorless camera place, and I think in low light I've struggled. I would say that even in just general daylight, there's quite a lot of noise in the pictures. It needs quite a well lit environment if you want to do something like an interview that is kind of a lit setting. You should be fine, but other than that I wasn't super happy with the noise performance in 4K 25p, and in 1080p it's okay, but 4K is definitely quite noisy. There are some other features like webcam streaming, which I think will be more applicable for some people if you're doing things like YouTube lives. Streaming in 1080p is probably a decent application for it, where you can control the lighting just like in interviews. But I think those are probably the most important things for me. In conclusion, if you're using this for something well lit, like where you can control the lighting like an interview or web streaming, then great. If you're out and about, it might be a little bit more challenging. You will need stabilization either a tripod or a stabilizer of some sort, and you'll need to manage the noise.